It's been about a month, give or take, since I last did a video, I think. And it's been a long fucking month. I'm so tired right now. You have no idea. Like, my house is a fucking shit show. I have been painting. I look horrible and tired, and I've just been so crazy busy that every time I stop to think about anything going on, I'm so tired that I don't even make myself feel anything anymore. I missed Thanksgiving once again with my son, and that really fucking sucked. I ended up actually not feeling very well, and I think a lot of it had to do with just being so depressed that I just didn't want to get out of bed. And it's not that I don't love my other son, because I do. It's the fact that he took off. Well, he was across the street, but he pulled the "I'm gonna go and not call you all night" bullshit the night before, or whatever, and so I had to stay up the night before waiting for him to come home, and he's 13 and a pain in my ass, but you know, he's a good kid, and he's been through a lot too, so he made the turkey, and I don't know, I just didn't feel like getting up. I ate turkey, and I Black Friday shopped a little bit because I love a good deal. But that was about it. I got a lawyer, which is pretty cool. He handles a lot of the crazy town right now, and my parents are currently spitting lies about me, saying that I didn't go spend time with my son on his birthday a couple years ago when I did. Saying I didn't go to some fun place arcade thing that I was supposed to go to, which I did. I played laser tag with my son and he won. But they're lying to the court. And it's really fucking sad that that's what this has come to. The simple facts is that when you have a guardianship, it's not about it's about fitness basically, but it's not about best interest. And regardless of what anybody says, I'm gonna turn this light down. It feels like this whole time it's been about fitness, and I think that there are laws put in place in the government because we don't want to admit the fact that we have a stigmatism with people who don't have money, or they aren't as well off as the next person. And I think that something really must be done about the fact that you think that being a good parent means you have money, or you are not mentally ill, or you are perfect, supposedly. Yeah, I don't have two sticks to rub together. I fucked up in my life. I made bad choices, and I pay for them every single day. I'm 34 years old. I work for $10 an hour at the college bookstore, which I do love, but I don't. I work for somebody who is 24 years old, and I get put in a box every day that I really don't like, and some days are better than others, I guess. Sometimes it's hard to wake up in the morning and tell myself this is my life. I think that's what the Buddha lady was all about, was I finally felt like I was somebody special anyway, but I don't really feel very special anymore. I think that's what happens when you have parents who tell you you're a shit mom and you're a shit person and you're just shit. I think that deep down I've always kind of felt really shitty about who I was, and I've always really wanted to be somebody. And never really thought that much of myself because I had a mother who didn't really help in that factor, or a father who was gone, and a brother who hated me. And when I would look in the mirror, I didn't see anything worthy of anything. I look at myself sometimes still and wonder why I'm here. I have a lot of thoughts in my head that I don't talk about, and I've learned to block them out because they're not normal. There's a few things that I haven't really talked about much in this entire whatever you call this video blog shit that I've been doing, and one of them is actually what happened to me. I wrote an article for Mad At Magazine that's going to be coming out pretty soon, and I described a little bit of my recollection of what happened. So I figured it was time, because in 2 days I go to court for visitation. This is it. And maybe it's time to talk a little bit about what happened that I can remember. So I started dating this guy, and he was in prison for assault on his girlfriend. And I did know that, but the way he described it was so... He was very good at manipulation, you could say. And at that point in my life, I had lost 2 best friends to suicide, and I was a wreck. Especially after my friend Brittany died. She kind of ruined me. I started drinking a lot, and I was horribly, horribly sad. And very vulnerable, I think, to wanting some sort of companionship, I think. So I was weak, and I didn't care really anymore about anything. And so met this guy, and we kind of knew the same people. And so we started dating, and it was really fast, and he never left. Like, it was like he moved in, and then poof, just like that, it was serious. And I did kind of like him, because I'm kind of a, one of them girls that likes bad boys. And I do also think that anybody who's been to prison doesn't mean they're a bad person. My boyfriend currently was in prison 10 years ago for getting into trouble. And, I've had my own run-ins with things like that. And I think that people can change. And I also think that we don't always know the whole story. So I'm very lax on judging people before I know. This is one of those occasions where I wish I would have been a little bit more cautious. But I wasn't. So, I remember the first time he strangled me. I don't even remember what the fight was about. Probably nothing. But he put his arms around my throat. It was the very first month, I think. and he had me on the bed and he wouldn't let go. And I remember thinking to myself, is he going to let go? I can't breathe. Is he going to let go? And his friend was there, and his friend actually told him to stop, and he stopped. And I just sat there in complete and utter shock, and I couldn't really understand what. And I thought I kind of just brushed it off, like it was no big deal. And I drank so much that I was like this glutton for punishment or something. I don't know, but it then began to happen again. My memory right now is very vague and very distorted. So I can tell you times when he would hit me in the back of the head so hard that I would black out. I can tell you times when he bit me in the face and was strangling me behind my house to the point where I really truly believed he wasn't going to let go. And I can tell you times he threw me through coffee tables and walls, and he would tell my children things like I was a fucking whore, and look at your mom, she's a fucking whore, and the brutal, brutal things that he would say in front of my children were horrible, and they don't go away. And I remember the time when he told me that he was going to kill me, then kill himself at my job. I was terrified all the time. I would remember go to work and I would have bruises all over my head and my arm and my neck. And I would tell people stupid stories like I was so drunk that I fell. And I remember also thinking to myself, how did I become this person that lied and that I never really thought I understood why women wouldn't leave. Now I know. And if you want that fucking answer, here's your answer. I couldn't fucking leave. I was scared. And he threatened me. And he manipulated me. And he made me his prisoner. And they're good at that. I was also hooked on pills at that point. I had endometriosis for a really long time, and I had a lot of pain. And so he dived into that one, and I was taking at least 10 to 15 Vicodin a day, plus alcohol. I was fucking retarded and sad. And my poor fucking children lived through all of it. And I will never, ever, ever forgive myself for that. I live with that every day, and I know what I've done. And I know kind of how the steps to where we are now. Maybe I don't deserve my children. But my parents don't either. And maybe if they were better, I would walk away. And maybe that's what would be better for them. But I can't because I'm all they got. I don't think I'm the best mother. And I don't think I'm the best candidate for the job. But I know that they are sure fucking not the best either. Because look at me. I could have done better. So anyway, so all those things happen. Black eyes, bruises, names, you name it. And that happened for about 2 years. Well, I was in love with a man named Buddha. We're going to just say that. And that's where my name Buddha Lady comes from. And he gave me the strength to get out of that relationship. So that day, I finally got the guts, because my ex-boyfriend loved to find out if I was the only person that he had been with, and he liked to keep me on lockdown. And so he took the time to ask me that question that day, if I was still the only one that he had been with, or whatever, or that I had been with. And I'd always lied, usually, because it was easier that way, because we really weren't dating. He just kept me under lock and key, almost, it felt like. God, I tried to get out of that relationship so many times. I remember telling my father, I need a fucking gun 2 weeks before. And he goes, why the fuck do you need a gun? And I said, because he's gonna fucking kill me. Yeah. So anyway, I remember sitting there thinking to myself, I could lie. I didn't want to lie anymore. And I knew he was going to freak out. I didn't know it was going to be that bad. Not that bad. So anyway, I told him no. Looked straight at him and said, nope. And he instantly turned blood red to the face. And that's when it got scary. He, to my recollection, took a jug of juice, I think, and he threw it at my head, and it got everywhere. And I was pissed. And we just fought, and my kids were in the next room, and I know he went into the kitchen. I know he grabbed a fucking kitchen knife. He walked back over towards me, and he lunged at me, and I know for a fact he was going towards my face. He was going to stab my fucking face. And he would have. I put my arm up to block my arm from getting stabbed in the face, and instead he went straight through my arm with a kitchen knife this big. Through my arm. I mean, he went halfway through. You can't really see anything now, but it went all the way through. And I didn't even feel it at the time. Can I tell you that? I don't remember that pain at all. All I remember is the pain after, but I don't remember the pain during. At that point, he then proceeded, I think he did, but he then proceeded to beat me. He started up here, and he worked his way all the way down my body, because I eventually curled into a ball, and he beat me, and he beat me, and he beat me. And my children watched it. Well, my oldest son did anyway, and he protected my youngest. So at some point, he actually had my oldest in his arms and the knife too, and he was threatening to kill us all. And I diverted him somehow. I don't remember how. It's been too long, but I told him, basically, come back onto me, I'll take it. I'll die for my children. Maybe it would have been better if I did. Sometimes I think that maybe he should have just killed me. As long as they would have lived, I would have been okay. I think my parents wanted that. They wanted me to die. He, at one point,
After that, I don't remember when, but he took the knife and shoved me on the couch, and he put the knife to my throat. And I remember laying down there because he had my head down, pushed into the couch, and I could look kind of behind me, and I saw 2 little feet. Sketchy. He was watching the whole thing. And that's the only memory he did have that he could remember, was that I was bent over the couch, begging for him to not kill me. And he didn't slit my throat, thank God, but I did end up having a mark that would run around. That's how tight he was holding my neck to that knife. And then he proceeded to drag me down the hallway by my arms, screaming. I had told my kids to run, and they couldn't run, and I had done everything I possibly could do to get help, and there was no help, except for by the time he got me to the bathroom and threw me in the bathtub, told me to wash myself off. He had stabbed himself in the arms and the legs, and he was smearing blood everywhere, trying to make it look like I had done this to myself or contaminate the evidence. And in the end, he did. He contaminated the evidence. Except for that all of our stories never changed, and that's another story for another day. But I got my phone out of his pocket. He had my phone in his pocket. And he kind of freaked. But he didn't. And I said, he's like, what are you doing with that? And I said, my stepfather wants to call the boys or talk to the boys or something. And I don't know, I made some fucking stupid lie. I don't fucking remember what. But I just dialed 911. And when they answered, I said, help me. And I threw the phone. And I didn't want to touch it again because I knew that they would track it. They would track the phone call. But Officer Tafoya showed up not nearly too much after that, and he chased him 3 hours on foot, and he caught him. Beat the fucking shit out of him because he couldn't arrest him, and so they beat the fuck out of him. And when they took the picture of his mugshot, his fucking face was mangled, dude. So much so that people thought I did that. I wish I would have fucking done that. I can't take credit for that one, though. But it sure didn't do me any favors in my whole scheme of things because my reputation was obliterated. And my whole world turned to shit in 2.5 seconds. And I thought it was shit before. Oh no. It became very shitty. And it hasn't much gotten any better, except for the simple fact is that I do have a good relationship now, but I have so many issues because of this. And so many issues from being victimized and all this bullshit with my parents and with my kids. This is just wrong. I mean, these poor kids don't deserve to suffer any more than they already have. But my parents are dead set on that because they don't hate me. My kids don't fucking hate me because I'm not a horrible person. You may think I'm a bad mother. I don't think I'm a horrible mother. I also don't think I'm a horrible person. But I don't know. So that's kind of what happened. And I don't really talk about it. And there's more to it, ins and outs of it. And I just think that it's really nobody's goddamn business. Unless I let you. I actually gave all of my police files over to Zenith today. And we're going to see what he does with them because he's very smart. So, yeah, 2 days. I have no time. I am making a Harry Potter room
for my son, and I'm tired, and I don't care. And my house is fucking haunted. I swear to fucking God. They keep turning the fucking radio off on me, and my boyfriend's not here, which scares me even more. And my son's asleep, which even more scares me. So, I guess I'm not going to be working out there anymore because I'm freaking terrified. I guess I have to brave the ghosts, huh? I can get stabbed, but I can't fucking deal with a ghost. No. I'll let you know, guys, how it goes. Thanks for sticking out this long. I think it's almost about time for me to start releasing these, and I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know one thing. Just get the fuck up and keep fighting, guys. So, thank you.